So big breaking news update, folks. As predicted, as we had predicted on our dugout. If you haven't watched that, go check that out later on. We predicted that.
Only got it partially right. And by the way, I don't think by any stretch of imagination anyone in this world could have predicted this Pakistan 11 that we just going to tell you. Not
changes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changes from the previous game against India. Couple of them forced, you could say, but not the other 3. Tactical, one could say. And as we build on, as we talk about it, about those 5 changes that Pakistan have made for their do or die match in Colombo against Sri Lanka. Remember, it is about a place in the final. India are already in the final of the Asia Cup, which will be played on Sunday. But Pakistan, as they've done all through the tournament, they have announced 5 changes. They've announced their
playing 11
on the eve, as they've done all along in the tournament. But not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 changes in their playing 11. We'll be telling you about those changes, so stick with us, bear with us for another couple of minutes. We'll be talking about why these changes have been made. Is there a tactical reason? Is form the reason? And those couple of forced changes, we will tell you about that as well.
Yeah, so first we'll go over the playing 11, and trust me when I say, as we said, even it took us a minute to figure out how many changes they've made. So to start with, Mohammad Haris, that's change number 1, will be batting alongside Imam ul Haq.
Who goes out? Fakhar Zaman goes out over there.
And Babar Azam at 3, Rizwan at 4, that's expected. Saud Shakil at number 5. So that means no Agha Salman.
Agha Salman goes out.
And why do we say Agha Salman? Because Iftikhar Ahmed is starting, as is Shadab Khan, who's still their vice captain. But at number 8, another change. Fahid Ashraf is out.
And whole new bowling attack for Pakistan.
Exactly.
It's a do or die match. And as we did predict in the dugout as well, if you haven't or if you weren't able to join us for the dugout, do check out that video as well. But we predicted this on the dugout just a couple of hours back, that you could be looking at changes in the Pakistan bowling attack, and Shane will now be telling you about those changes. 2 of them forced changes.
Yeah, 2 of the forced changes are, of course, that Mohammad Wasim Jr. comes in for Haris Rauf, and that Zaman Khan comes in for Naseem Shah. Now, Naseem, we had broken it for you earlier, is ruled out of the tournament. Haris Rauf is recovering, but they clearly don't want to risk him. That means partnering Shaheen Shah Afridi, who's of course the other bowler, pacer that is. So you've got Shaheen Shah Afridi, Mohammad Wasim Jr. and Zaman Khan as the 3 pacers. And even the spin department gets a bit of a boost because Mohammad Nawaz comes in alongside Shadab Khan. And of course they do have the option of turning to Saud Shakil and Iftikhar Ahmed as well, as far as spin options are concerned. So all bases covered.
So who will have retained their places? Let's go through the names who have retained the place. Imam ul Haq, despite, by the way, a lean run with the bat for him, Imam retains his place. Babar Azam, obviously the captain, retains his place. Mohammad Rizwan, again somebody who needs to make a mark on this tournament. Not a lot of runs for him. He is the 3rd player to retain his place. 4th, Iftikhar Ahmed, the 1 century for him. Perhaps that's what is keeping him in the squad, Shane, because he's done precious little otherwise. He did turn, he was in fact asked to pitch in with the ball the other day. Got tongued by the Indian batters. So he's the 4th player to retain his place. The 5th player to retain his place in the side is the vice captain Shadab Khan. And the 6th, the only seamer to retain his place from the previous match that Pakistan played, and that was on the 10th of September against India. It is Shaheen Shah Afridi who retains his place.
Exactly.
Otherwise, 5 changes if you're joining us right now. Plenty of you joining us with a lot of questions as well. We'll take all of those questions. Be with us. We'll talk about this playing 11 that Pakistan have now fielded in this do or die match. You win, you play India in the final. You lose, you go home.
Yeah, exactly. And see, we know that, Wasim Jr. being Wasim Jr. coming in and Zaman Khan coming in, we had predicted, because we knew that be no Naseem Shah and we knew that be no Haris Rauf. So therefore, those 2 being out, no surprise whatsoever. But Fahim Ashraf being dropped, again, we did kind of say that maybe it would happen because it would depend on the conditions. And I think they do believe that,
It is, one thing that one can sort of infer from this Pakistan, that definitely they were watching the India-Sri Lanka game very closely. And what their assessment, if they did manage to get a closer look at the pitch, we of course can't verify that at the moment. But you feel, when you look at this 11, when you look at the fact that there is an Iftikhar, there is a Shadab, and then they've brought in Nawaz as well, then it tells you that Pakistan have a feeling that tomorrow you could again see a turning track. The
Exactly.
strip will be new. It won't be the same strip that was used for the India-Sri Lanka match which took place yesterday, but this squad gives you an impression that Pakistan have a strong feeling that tomorrow's pitch is going to be a turner. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, will also have as many spinning options. So tomorrow, now it is turning out to be as turning out to be the case, could be a battle of which spin department does better on the day.
Exactly, because again, I think what Pakistan have done with their batting, with their playing 11, is they've covered all bases. In case they need extra spinners, you know that you have Shadab and Nawaz anyway. Then they can turn to a Saud Shakil and Iftikhar for being that third, fourth spin option, if need be. But if the pacers are necessary, then well, they've got three top quality pacers. And I mean, I know in the case of Zaman Khan, he's not played in a while for Pakistan.
In fact, we were just looking at his numbers when this news came to us. He's played just 6 T20Is, a few List A games. He's not so effectively. He's going to be making his ODI debut tomorrow.
Correct.
You would have seen him in the PSL, here and there. But a big occasion now for Zaman Khan. It was only yesterday that he probably was told that, okay, you're going to be in the side as one of the replacement members. But now he has been told 24 hours ahead of this do-or-die match that Pakistan have tomorrow, that Zaman, you're going to be making your debut. And by the way, the boy can really crank it up. 150 clicks, he's done that in the past. So 150 clicks. Perhaps when you're looking for a replacement for Haris, in terms of pace, there will be no change in that Pakistan bowling attack. If you're just looking at pace perspective, that pace is not going to be missing from the Pakistan bowling attack tomorrow as well. And many a times that pace is often the X factor.
And don't forget that with Wasim Jr., that's as close to a like for like for, let's say, Naseem that you can get. Because he has the same sort of, situation when it comes to, he can swing it both ways. And I'll just interrupt it. Puneet Dikshit, if you are asking for news on Indian football, there are 2 videos up on the channel right now. Please go ahead and check those out. We've been doing regular updates on whatever has been happening. Thank you so much. But that's one thing which I want to talk. A lot of people are pointing out that 5 changes, is that one too many? It seems like a lot.
See, 2 of them were forced. 2 of them were definitely forced.
And one was tactical.
I'm totally fine by that. The third change as well, which is bringing in Nawaz and taking Fahim out. Also, I'm okay with. But 5 changes, it is a sport about individual brilliance on the day. I get that. But then, do we have a spoiler?
Yes.
Do we have a spoiler?
Yes, Ben Stokes does not get to 200.
But what he does do, Arun, correct, it's still the highest score. It's still the highest score by an England player in ODI cricket.
Yes, he breaks Jason Roy's record.
All right, then. We will come up with that as well. We will come up with a detailed video on what this innings of Ben Stokes has meant. How many records has he broken in this blitzkrieg of his that we witnessed against New Zealand. That guy is a clutch player. In fact, this is not even a clutch situation.
Yeah, he's probably telling himself that this is an ODI World Cup final.
Exactly. But you can only, he's just making a comeback a little over a year after announcing his retirement. Just the 3rd ODI for him, and the man's already making statements. Well, if you're in the opposition camp, you have to be worried.
Yeah, and as in fact, the point we were making, even Abdul Khan saying that this is too much for me. 5 changes after 1 loss, not good. It hurts the Pakistan team. And truth be told, see, the 3 of them, 2 of them were forced. 1 is tactical.
Yeah.
But Fakhar Zaman and
you know what, Shane, I think the Pakistan, what they've done over here is they've gone for one extreme over here, and perhaps if you ask me, it's not
out of the ordinary.
It's not out of the ordinary, and it's not something which surprises me a lot, because Fakhar Zaman hasn't been giving you runs anyway for a sustained period now. A call had to be taken on him. The other forced changes, if they weren't to be, then either way you were looking at taking a call on Fakhar Zaman.
Yeah.
Now, would you have done this in tomorrow's match, which now is a do or die? Otherwise, would you have made that change, let's say, in the final? Would you have taken a call on Fakhar Zaman in the final?
What if you didn't make the final?
Exactly.
That's the thing. I think that's the thing.
Exactly.
It's a rock and a hard place, because quite frankly, on one hand, you can make a very legitimate argument that maybe it's one too many changes. On the other hand, it's better to make the change now than miss out on the final, because you know that there will in fact be problems with their expectations are high. We have to remember that when it comes to Pakistan, expectations there are just as high as when it comes to India. So
Yeah.
they knew that this is do or die. That is why they have to make it. And I see a lot of people asking us to repeat the changes. So I'll just quickly go
Yeah,
over the playing
yeah,
11 one
yeah.
more time before we call it quits.
Five changes.
Five changes.
Five changes. We'll tell you who's gone out, who's come in. So, over the next couple of minutes, details about this Pakistan playing 11 in tomorrow's do or die match.
Exactly. So the playing 11 is Mohammad Haris, who comes in place of Fakhar Zaman. That's change one. Imam ul Haq is his opening partner. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan 3-4 set. Saud Shakil at number 5 comes in place of Aga Salman. That's change number 2. Iftikhar Ahmed at 6. Shadab Khan at 7. Mohammad Nawaz at 8 is change number 3 because out goes Fahim Ashraf. Then Shaheen Afridi at 9. But the two remaining changes, Mohammad Wasim Jr. comes in for Haris Rauf and Zaman Khan comes in for Naseem Shah. Those are the two forced changes which we predicted, because Haris, it was said he's recovering, not that he's recovered. So they're going to be very, very gentle with him. And with Naseem, well, we had reported and has been confirmed that he is in fact out of the Asia Cup. So
Naseem, in fact, shoulder injury that he got against India, picked it up against India in that thrashing that India handed to Pakistan, and it is nothing serious, by the way. If you many of you joining us from Pakistan as well, thank you guys in fact for being regulars here on Sports Day. It is nothing to be worried about, even if you're a neutral, let's say, or a Pakistan supporter for that matter. The PCB in its statement very clearly said that this is only a precautionary measure.
Correct.
Same with Haris, nothing, the scans haven't revealed anything to worry about. Both players being very closely monitored, nothing really to worry about, only a precaution, because of course the bigger prize for any team at the moment is not the Asia Cup. It's not about winning this territorial battle or this continental battle. You're gunning for something big, something bigger. That is the World Cup trophy. So that's the decision that PCB have taken, and that's why they've gone ahead and made these changes as well. Like we said, a couple of them was one tactical, but the other two were just, let's say, a decision that the team had to at some point take that call, and they decided to do that in what is a virtual semi-final for Team Pakistan tomorrow.
match, simple as. And I think that is the only reason they've gone for it, because if they had missed out on making the final, then people would have asked why not make the changes now, because either which way, it's all or nothing. It's that simple. So that is the breaking news update. That are the changes. We've discussed them in length. You guys can let us know as well.
For all of those joining us right now, well, we've got other stories to cover as well for you guys only. Tap that bell icon so that you know when we go live next. Another story, by the way, coming up for you. We'll dissect that Ben Stokes innings for you, Shane and me. But if you're joining us right now, 5 changes for Pakistan. Just go back a bit.
And you'll see them.
And you will see. We've tried analyzing those changes as well for you. In fact, those folks over there in the background that you see, they are putting in some tremendous articles for you on the SportsTak app, on the SportsTak website as well. Detailed insight on what this performance of Ben Stokes and what these changes would be like. Arun, our man over there, is going to be filing those copies for all of you all. Check those out as well. For now, thank you so much, guys, for joining us here. We'll take your leave, but do tap that bell icon so that you know when we go live.
Which is going to be very, very soon.